Okay, it may be midnight right now, and I may or may not have done my meal planning, but we're gonna ignore that and we're gonna talk about what I want to talk about. So I actually just went on a little tangent on my own YouTube page for the last 30-ish minutes, hour. I don't know how long it's been. Like, I don't know. This is very classic, like, end of the year holiday break thing to do, especially holiday break. Like, this is some shit I would do if I were 16, but I feel like I just got slapped in the face by my past self. I don't know. I'm gonna stutter so much. I know that I have had vlogs, like obviously there have been multiple vlogs that I have posted, like my 2026 annual planning, my Thanksgiving vlog, my productive vlog, all of my resets are basically vlogs, my LinkedIn makeover, my 24-hour readathon. But like, when was the last time I like really talked, you know? Like I'm looking back on when my breakup happened in 2024. God, it's almost been 2 years. It's been a year and 8 months. After the breakup and after moving into this new place and, you know, living my single life for like a month, like I'm just watching all of these videos and it's really weird because how do I even explain this? Like, I was really sad for a lot of that because I was in the biggest parts of my healing and I wasn't crying over the breakup. Like, I did not mourn my last relationship like at all. I did not care. I was fucking traumatized. Yes, but I did not care. Like, I did not care that the relationship ended. I was so happy. It was when I went into my current relationship very soon after my last relationship, which, yes, I don't want to hear any shit. Like, if anyone, you know, notices that, I don't want to hear any shit. I know that it was not a good idea. And I paid a lot of the price for that. My boyfriend is wonderful. He's amazing. He like treats me with so much kindness, so much patience, so much respect. The fact that he could even put up with all of the trauma that I had is crazy. I don't know that I could have handled dealing with me. Am I gonna cry right now? Basically, the combination of watching those videos and oh my god. Also, just thinking about where my channel has kind of gone recently and like what kind of content I have been putting out. And also one other thing, this video that I did watch from Bet Gold, her name is, I'll put her channel right here. She did a video of like basically like a tell-all of everything she wanted to say before like 2026, and I kind of thought like maybe I should do something like that, but then I didn't really have time. I mean, like I just like, even now it's the 29th of December, so, and I just have a lot of other videos, but maybe this is something to think about. I don't know. Anyways, she did this video where she opened up about a lot of different things going on in her life, and she said basically how much she missed sharing so much of herself. And I have never not been myself. I've never not been fully honest. I am very open. I tell everyone everything I'm thinking. Like, I am such an open book. I don't really keep anything to myself, but I don't know. I feel like something has been happening to me. Like, I'm so happy with where I'm at right now, but I feel like I've been getting so focused on the aesthetics and like the perfection and the productivity that I'm not like being myself anymore. Like, I feel like I lost my personality. Like, that's what hit me. I watched my entire breakup video, and there's gonna be a lot of jumping around, so I'm sorry. This is just how my brain works when I start thinking like this. Let me actually like look at the camera. I'm gonna say a bunch of stuff that I've kind of always wanted to say, but I've never been able to really say. Like, I've never actually been able to get the guts to do it. So my ex was very mentally abusive to me, and I'm sure he would deny that because obviously he really fucked up my brain, like so deeply, like changed all the pathways. And I am so scared of him still that I haven't wanted to say that because I still feel like he could like do something to me. I don't know. And I've avoided it for so long. Like, I've avoided it still scares me. It still scares me so much. Like, I don't want to say anything that would come across in the wrong way, even though like that's how he was, because I just like, I don't want to deal with him. I don't want to deal with him. I don't want him in my life at all. And I love the way I said everything in my breakup video. I feel like I'm so proud of myself. Let me just say that. I can't believe that soon after my breakup. Like, it wasn't even, I don't even think it was a full month. But the fact that I could even film a video like that and put that on YouTube, and not say anything about him. Like, I know that I was scared. I know that I wanted to be very, like, amicable, and I didn't want to say anything that would come across as, like, threatening or anything. Like, I just wanted him to leave me alone, but that just put everything in the best way possible. Like, it focused on me. It focused on how I felt and what I was going through in my journey, and I'm so proud of myself because I know how traumatized I was. I know how scared I was. I know how hard that was for me and how terrified I was to even post it too. And I went through the whole thing and I did it, and like right after that, I didn't know how much I was going through and how much I was like changing after that, because like I feel like that video is like a line in the sand, obviously, because it's like that is like where my life changed really. When I finally decided to put me first, I decided it was time for me, and that's all I have been focused on since then, is just doing things that are best for myself. And literally like the next video, the single living video, it's like, I don't know, it's so funny because I feel so fake. Like when I watch that, I don't feel like I know who I am. I feel like I'm being performative. Like I'm like, oh, I want to go clubbing, like I want to get my roster up and stuff. Like I don't think I was being fake. I think I was kind of manic. I don't know if that's a proper term for it, because I don't know if I actually like go through mania, but sometimes I start acting a certain way that like is just very like manic. It seems manic. So I think I was going through an episode then, and like it was authentic. Like that is what I want it to be. I want it to have fun. I want it to be happy, and I want it to live a very fun life. And you can see through like the next few videos that I kind of start, what's the word for it? I guess just calming down, I guess, like just relaxing. After I met my boyfriend, he helped me calm down a lot. Like he brought me down to earth. And then you can kind of see like from there, like I have a few videos where I'm just talking, and I guess there's this huge gap. And it's weird because there's also like this whole period between the single living vlog and a very chatty week in my life. There are 7 videos between those two, between the one that I met him in and when we were officially dating. But that was actually a 3-month period, and I was also going crazy that entire time. He was calming me down a lot, but I was also going crazy because I was terrified of being in a new relationship. Like I knew that I liked him so much, and I knew that I wanted to be with him and that he was good for me. I could feel it in my bones that he was good for me, and he was not going to hurt me, not in any way that I've been hurt before. And through everything, through every panic attack that I had in front of him, through every time that I got very avoidant and didn't tell him what was going on, and times I got upset with him, he has always been my rock. But I think all of that was really hard for me because I didn't know if we were going to date. I didn't know if we were like gonna make it. And then even after we were dating, for the longest time, we didn't talk about the future. Like I didn't know if he wanted kids. I guess I knew he wanted kids, but I didn't know like if he was actually serious about it. I didn't know like how many he wanted and like when he wanted them. I didn't know when he wanted to get married, when he wanted to move in. Like I was just lost. Like I felt like I was just waiting to figure out all this stuff before I could like figure out what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. Like I was still so unstable through all of that. Like I was so happy with him, but I was still unstable because of all my trauma and just not knowing what was going on with him. I think I just started like getting super goal oriented like on myself because I was freaking out about him. And I was like, I don't know if we're gonna get married. I don't know if we're gonna have kids. I don't know our timeline. Like I was just freaking out, and I was like, you know what? I don't know. And like he's not talking about it. I was so paranoid because he didn't bring any of this up first within the first, like 6 months of us dating. Like, and I know that wasn't like, that didn't freak him out because like to someone else that's pretty normal, and it was kind of normal for me too. I just didn't like it. Like I didn't want to talk about it either because like we were still in a new relationship, but at the same time I don't like not knowing. I don't like not having a timeline, and I just wanted to know the details of when things were gonna happen so that I could move forward. And I think maybe that was a weird like transition that I never noticed about myself, but I got hyper or like goal oriented to distract myself from the fact that I didn't know what my future was. I was so uncertain about things that I was just like, I'm just gonna lock in on all this stuff that I can do. Like I can do YouTube. I don't know if I'm gonna get married in the next few years. I don't know if I'm gonna have kids in the next few years. I don't know if I'm gonna live with someone else in the next few years. So I'm gonna do YouTube. I'm gonna do what I can control. And then I did all these challenges. I did my journaling and my nano and my stretching, all of those things for the 365 plan. And I mean, I did post vlogs. Like I posted a lot of vlogs, and I feel like I did talk a lot about what was going on with me. Like I did talk about my life, but for some reason at a certain point I feel like they just get kind of disconnected. Like I'm not actually talking about me, and like I love talking about me. I also feel like I'm not as like witty. Like I don't have my personality. Like I'm so focused on what the video is gonna look like that I stopped just talking. I stopped just like being myself and explaining what's going on in my head. Or if I'm like explaining myself, I'm literally explaining myself. I'm literally justifying things that I'm doing or making my thoughts make sense to people. I'm not just talking from my heart anymore. I stopped talking from my heart. That's it. And that used to be what this was about. Not all the time. Like I think it's good for me to have balance, for me to do a little bit of both. I started thinking about how to be the best YouTuber ever, how to be the most productive person ever, just focus on my routines and hitting all of my goals to make the best videos, to be the best YouTuber, like I said, how to be most efficient with my time, all these different things that like I never lost me. I've always been here. I feel like I'm more myself than I've ever been, actually. And I'm also not mad at myself for kind of losing this, like losing the yapping about my true feelings, because like that was just the time in my life. Like that's just what I was focused on then, and maybe I'll pivot a little bit now. Maybe I'll realize a lot of things. And I started focusing so hard on this being a channel that's interesting for other people, that gives other people value, that I started losing what gave it value to me. The fact that I could document what I'm going through and what I'm feeling and to see myself in all my seasons of my life, because I do know, looking back, like I have a general idea. That also helps because I've journaled so much. And maybe that's healthier for me. I have journaled a lot. Like I have now every era of my life through my journal pages. But I miss filming it. I miss talking about it. I miss sharing it. Like I don't care if I don't get any views on a video or if I don't get any comments. Like just for one person to see it and to just resonate with anything that I say, that makes me feel better. I don't know why I'm getting so focused on hitting all of my goals and making my life like my vision board. Like I think I got hyper goal oriented, hyper responsible, hyper efficient to cope with a lot of things that I'm going through, and kind of going back a lot of my trauma. I did talk about this in the breakup video, and I did talk about this in one of the other videos. I think it was the very chatty week in my life. I just watched a clip of that, and I'm glad I did talk about this at least a little bit. But there was a lot of pressure on me in my last relationship to be great, like to be like the top 1% and all of that, and I was so depressed. Like I don't think I really processed this until recently, but there was so much time in that relationship that I didn't have the energy to brush my teeth in the morning. I didn't have the energy to brush my hair. I didn't have the energy to put on a good outfit. Like I just dragged myself through life. I was not an active participant because I was so depressed, because I was suicidal. Like I wanted to die. I did not want to be around, but also I think I knew in my heart that the primary reason, like 90% of the reason, was because of my relationship. I was just miserable. Not only did I hate him, I think this is another part too that like maybe other people don't see or other people don't get, but it's not just like the way he treated me, it's also like the lifestyle that I had with him, because our apartments were disgusting and I hated them. They were so ugly. I had to do everything myself, plus the mental abuse, and like a lot of the hobbies, like the time was spent dedicated to doing what he wanted to do. Like I didn't get a lot of time for myself, so I felt really drained all the time. Like my life was miserable, but a lot of that was stemming from how he was and how he was treating me and how the relationship was. I wouldn't sleep at night. I alluded to that in the breakup video, but I couldn't sleep because we would fight until 3 a.m. or we'd fight until 1 a.m. and then I would get in my car and go drive around and sob the whole night because I didn't want to be around him. And he also would get drunk and be loud and I wouldn't want to be around him. And yeah, so then I would wake up and I wouldn't want to live, but I knew in my heart that it wasn't me It wasn't like my life, it was the life that I had fallen into because of him. I think I always knew that if I could just get the courage to leave, things would get better. And then I did. And then I almost didn't care about anything. Again, like I didn't care when I was with him, but then I didn't care after I left him for a different reason, because I was so happy to just live, like to just be able to go to sleep at a normal time, to be able to live my own life, make my own decisions, not have someone berating me every 2 seconds. That I think I was so content with doing nothing for a while, because when I did nothing with him, I was berated. When I did do something and it wasn't good enough, I was also berated, but at least I could finally be quiet and be at peace without anyone telling me that was wrong. So I got very happy with doing like nothing. And my boyfriend, again, love him to death. When we first started dating, we didn't do a lot. Like we were not productive people. We relaxed as much as two people could relax. We were just so happy to just be together that we just were with each other and we didn't do anything else. And I think I needed that. I think he needed that too. And then I came out of that and I was just, it was like, I don't know if it just came at like one time or if it was a natural progression, but I was so happy just being with him at first and just doing virtually nothing and just being calm and quiet and peaceful. And then I started freaking out because I realized like I have goals that I need to achieve. So then I got hyper productive, hyper goal oriented, and then there was a lot of adjustment with my boyfriend to have us both be productive. And now I think we both have been like hyper productive, that we're not relaxing a lot. So yeah, that's kind of my little tangent. I don't really have like a conclusion to that. Basically, I think that maybe I need to be a little bit more balanced. Maybe I need to go back to indulging a little bit more, relaxing a little bit more, but also just being myself. Like I know that who I am is very goal oriented and very productive and has like a good little system and routine, but I also know that I love my little side quests. I love being a hermit sometimes. I love bed rotting sometimes. Not all the time. And I miss talking to you guys like you're my friend. Like you guys are my friends. Like I don't know when I lost that and I got so focused on trying to better myself as a YouTuber that I don't just talk anymore, which is really weird because one of the things I'm trying to do in the future is have more value for everyone else. But like I said earlier, maybe I need to work on value for everyone else and also value for myself, because when I go back and I watch my videos, I don't care about the advice as much. I don't care about all the stuff that I do to try and be impressive. I don't care about the little montages. I care about hearing what's on my mind and seeing myself through all these different periods. I do like hearing my goals, hearing how my goals have changed, hearing how I talk about myself, how I think about my life. It's crazy because when I watch some of those older videos too, I was thinking drastically different than what I thought I was thinking. Does that make sense? Like I was watching my last year's New Year's resolutions video and I was in a completely different headspace than what I thought I was just a year ago. I thought I was much more like enthusiastic and I felt like I was making a ton of good progress, but I think I was, but I just seemed not fully there. So I don't know. I have a lot to think about. I know this is really random, but in my head, this is important for me to move forward. I want to go into the next year reflecting on how this year went. And I don't think I did a lot of that even in my annual planning video because I was so focused on like getting all the tasks done. I didn't just talk. I didn't just think. So yeah, I think I've been talking for 30 to 40 minutes. I feel really weird. Like I feel like I probably am going through the New Year crisis, you know? This is what happens when I'm on break. Like it's Monday and I'm off until next Monday. I'm off for the next week. And if this is how it's gonna go, I probably should just go back to work, honestly. I probably should just go in tomorrow. I don't know. I just feel like I was so broken in 2024. I was still such a shell of myself. I was working on it for sure. I was focused as hard as I could have been on healing and improving myself. And I think I was very very productive in 2025. I feel like this has been a very productive year, but maybe a lot of the productivity was just me trying to avoid going back into the place I had been and feeling like I could stop any regression with just grinding away. And I don't want to do that. I want to feel everything, and I want to share all of those feelings. This is one of those things next week I'm probably gonna be like, why was that so impactful? Why was I losing my shit that day? I don't know. It's just a weird day. It is 12:30 in the morning, so I probably should go to sleep. I could hopefully start tomorrow on a better note, because I was not very happy this morning when it was almost noon and I could barely drag myself out of bed. Not that I'm trying to be hyper productive, but I would like to work on some things over the break. Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep. Hopefully I can actually do my meal plan and finish my deep clean.